I'm John, and tonight I want answers about the eclipse, vegetables, and the hurricane. There's no stopping us now because we're live.
John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers. Give John answers. John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers now.
Check your calendar. If it says September 14th, 2017, then we're live.
I like the widescreen. Like before, we were cramped.
In the
we
old
would have to lean over so you could see us behind the logo. But
in the
now,
standard def days?
Now I get, yeah, standard def. It's high def, man. It's great.
High def, man. That
I mean, I
changed
feel bad
my
for
life.
people at home because they're seeing us in high def.
Yeah, before it was really blurry, so we didn't have to care about
you
detail.
could assume.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they probably don't look that bad in real life.
Now I have to shave the morning of the show. I got to shave my face because
Yeah,
now they can tell if I
should've.
didn't.
I think I shaved yesterday.
On the show tonight, we have the legendary Keith Stattenfield. Thanks for coming on the show, Keith.
Thank you. You couldn't get anyone else again, could you?
No.
Do you even bother to try anymore? I mean,
I'm
going to assume if I'm a friend of yours and I pull out my cell phone and it's your phone number and it's like within 2 weeks of this,
Yeah.
just touch the volume down. Just that guy can go to voicemail. I'll call him back. I'll call him back after the second Thursday.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
If
I'm just saying, do you notice how no one returns your call in the first half of a month?
Oh.
Just think back. Think back.
I don't like calling people on the phone.
Well, no one
Yeah,
does. No one
yeah,
does.
Yeah. We'll be taking your tweets. I take people's tweets during the first 2 weeks of the
read
month.
the tweets. I mean, they,
You can tweet me at John Wants Answer.
there's no ass.
No, what's on the end?
Yeah, we know why.
There's a long storied
It's not
story
long.
about that.
Well, it's not even. Yeah.
It's not long, but it's boring. It's repetitive. We could have said it again the amount of time it took us to say that. If you don't like Twitter, you don't want to tweet us there, go to our website, johnwantsanswer.com, click on contact, and then I'll also get your message without all the Twitter
We
nonsense.
should get a special John Wants Answers version of Twitter.
We should?
Yeah.
What would it be like?
It'd be just like Twitter, except only John Wants Answers topics
Okay.
would be allowed. We need to come up with a good name for it.
And 142 characters.
Yeah. Well, we give you like an extra S.
Yes, we need extra S. While you're on Facebook, like us on Facebook. We're on Facebook Live. So I know you're watching on Facebook Live. You know, click on the like button.
What if they're in the Northeast and they're not watching on Facebook Live, or they're watching on television?
On television?
I thought you said the show was on television. In
My
like
show is on
Vermont.
television, not live, in a lot of
Live.
places.
But
If
like-
you see me on a TV station that is not KMVT 15, I want you to email me and tell me what station you saw me on. And then I'll send you like a mug or something. I will send you a mug.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I
Like you
will.
even sent a mug to that guy from 3 years ago.
Which guy?
I don't remember. There was
Oh.
a guy you were going to send a mug, and then you were like, I never sent that guy that mug.
I have a big crate. I won't say crate. I have a box full of used mugs.
Used mugs.
Because I brought,
Everyone loves used mugs.
I made 100 mugs
Okay?
for my startup company.
Yes.
And then my startup company got bought by Google.
Wow.
So suddenly they had mug money.
Wow.
But
and they
before
just
the
bought their own
purchase,
mugs.
they couldn't afford mugs.
No one
so
could
I
afford
bought 100 mugs, brought them to work,
And you're
then
giving them out. You were
we
just
moved
like,
out of the
look-
building, and I had to go collect them all out of the building that was being demolished.
Wow.
Yeah. The opinions stated here are my own, not necessarily those of my company.
Yeah, your cheap-ass, mugless company.
That's the past, in the past.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start the show. Let's see some topics.
We've already started the show.
All right, tonight we have the sun and the moon, Canadian wildlife, vegetables, weather, corporate lackeys, and creepy or hilarious. So Keith, which one do you want to pick first?
I think, based on the opening, I'm going to pick the sun and the moon
For 200.
for 200.
All right, what's the topic there? Eclipses.
I'm getting this weird deja vu feeling.
We talked about eclipses a lot last episode.
Oh, that's why.
That was the upcoming eclipse. Last
Yeah.
month it was coming up. Now
Okay.
it's in the past, and I'm going to recap what happened.
Okay.
I went to the best spot in America to see the eclipse,
I'm going to disagree.
except it got cloudy and rained.
Yeah.
But besides that,
That's why I had disagreed.
besides that, the science said,
Other than that.
and I was not alone, right? I went to a cornfield in the middle of nowhere,
Well, at least 6 other people were there, as I
and
understand.
in this 1 mile stretch of road, which no other car usually drives on ever, there was 10 people there. 10 people came to the same place I went to.
Okay.
I
Were
mean,
you
even
like,
the tractor drove by and said, "You guys okay?" Because cars.
Because
don't
no one
belong
stops
here.
there.
Yeah, no one
Yeah,
stops there.
he was being polite. When he said, "Are you guys okay?" What he meant was, "Get out of my cornfield,
Get away
you
from my
dirty
corn."
hippies."
Yeah, probably. So I interviewed someone else who was with me.
Okay, because it was cloudy and you didn't have anything to look
It's
at.
cloudy, yeah. So here, let's play the tape of my interview with the person.
I'm John with Action 5 News, and I'm interviewing Cynthia Hitchon here to see the eclipse. Cynthia, how do you like the eclipse so far?
So far, the anticipation has been well worth the drive.
How far did you drive to come here?
2 days. We came from North Dakota.
Wow, you must be a real big fan of eclipses.
Real fan.
What's your favorite part of this eclipse so far?
The rain.
Have you been protecting your eyes during this trip?
No, I haven't.
How many fingers
But
am
I
I
watched
holding up?
John Wants Answers, and he gave me some very good information on there.
So if you're ever in a eclipse
an
in your life in the
eclipse.
future, you don't know what to do.
I'll know what kind of glasses to buy.
Time was had by all.
Yeah, riveting. It was riveting.
So it was cloudy, but it was kind of amazing what we saw. So I made a time lapse of
Okay.
what we saw. You can see it here. Let's play the time lapse.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
not the time
Abort.
lapse.
Abort.
Abort.
We need to play the other video. There we go. So there's,
That's clouds.
okay, you can see the clouds. Now see the sun just pop out right there? And then there's the shadow of the moon going over across the land. And then there's people freaking out going, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" Taking pictures. And then there's,
That's the shadow again.
shadow goes away, and you see how the sun kind of peeked out when it did the diamond ring deal there.
Okay.
Yeah. Ta-da! So that was what I saw.
Yeah, that was
Now-
much less impressive than what I saw.
Keith, what did you see? I think I have a record of what you saw.
Yeah, I
Let's
sent you a
see
picture, yeah.
the picture there of what Keith saw. That's not what Keith saw.
Yeah.
Look,
That one.
that's a terrible photo.
I was not there to take pictures of the eclipse. I was there
Okay.
to watch the eclipse.
Yeah, okay. That's like an iPhone picture, right?
Yeah,
So I guess that little dot is the moon.
I think so. I'm going to assume so.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so when's the
I
next?
mean, yeah, that's the moon. That's what would be there. I mean, there might be other things between us and the sun, but really the moon. The
Yeah.
moon is the one you see.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So when's the next eclipse? in the
Like
United
6 or
States?
7, like 7 years.
Yeah.
It's on my calendar.
We have to go to Texas, don't we? If it's
Like
just
Texas. I'm probably going to go to Missouri.
is it stretching
I know a
across the
person.
country again?
Yeah, it goes up like through Cincinnati even.
Cincinnati, WKRP.
Or Cleveland. It might be Cleveland. One of them,
Ohio,
yeah, Ohio.
where it's high in the middle and round on the edges.
I don't think it is. The edges are kind of squarish.
Okay. All right. Now what's our next topic? Let's see the topic board again. All right, Keith. What
I'm
do you
going
want
to
to
go
now?
vegetables for 800.
Okay, let's see. Vegetables for 800. Small vegetables.
I'm not good with small vegetables.
No.
I mean, medium and large vegetables are
So-
my forte.
What's your favorite vegetable?
I like corn.
Corn. So?
I mean, right now, someone in the booth is screaming corn's not a vegetable. Just so you know.
Really? Okay. So this actually was a viewer question.
Wow.
Someone asked me this question.
Wow. I'm just amazed by the viewer part.
So specifically, what are baby corns? Now, when I'm asked this question,
Yes.
I say when a mommy corn,
When a mommy corn and a daddy corn love each other very much.
They hug each other in a special
They
way.
hug each other in a special way.
Out comes a baby corn.
That's what the silk is.
Right. So apparently I'm not entirely way off, right? So
Well, there are really no mommy and daddy corns,
Right,
and
right.
there's
There's
no
pollination
hugging
and stuff.
involved.
Right.
But other than that and several other errors, yeah, you were spot on.
So baby corn looks like a small corn.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if I was just like being fooled by nature.
Yeah.
But I'm not. It really is a small
it's,
corn.
yeah,
right?
it's tiny corn. I mean, it's a different variant than yellow corn, but it's
So it's just a little tiny corn, and they just pick it really quick after it starts
yeah,
showing off the silky
yeah.
parts.
I mean, and there are only like 74 of them in the country.
74 baby corns
yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
total.
Total.
Yeah.
So if I have one stir fry, I'm taking like a third of the population.
you are.
Because I had baby corns last weekend.
Did you eat them?
Thai. Yeah. I had some Thai food. Baby corn is
No one
great.
eats the baby corn. You just push it to the side, and you're like, that's a lovely decorative tiny ear of corn.
So I heard they're made only in Asian countries. They're too labor intensive to make here because you got to keep on picking them nonstop and husking them. So
Okay.
if you look at your labels, they're all imported from like Asia and they're all canned. You can't get fresh baby corn here. You can't go to the farmer's market here.
And
get
like,
baby
I would
corns.
like some very tiny corn, please.
Yeah.
They're like, how about this? And we're like, that's much too large.
Okay, so on the same vein. as
Wait,
baby
when you eat baby corn, do you do it this way?
You know, I used to, when I was a kid, I used to do that.
Yeah, of
'cause
course you did.
it's
Of course you
hilarious.
did, yeah.
Hilarious. Not too much anymore.
No.
But baby corn seems very pointy on one end compared to regular corn.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
There's a pointy end and there's a stubby end.
Yeah. And I don't eat them.
No?
No. I mean, they're decorative to me.
Really?
They're like parsley.
Oh, okay. Now, baby carrots,
Baby carrots.
this is a lie, right?
Well,
Kind of. Well,
there
no.
are baby carrots.
Things
But if you
called-
go to the store and you buy baby carrots,
Mm-hmm.
those are just mommy and daddy carrots that have been murdered.
Right. So, apparently they're a new invention. Baby carrots were invented in 19...
Yeah, like in the last
80s?
30 years.
And I guess they had...
Like a guy invented a machine that could take a perfectly good carrot and turn it into like 3 small carrots.
I heard he took weird-looking carrots.
Oh, yeah.
Carrots you couldn't sell in supermarket because it looked weird.
Yeah.
Like-
Because they weren't symmetrical
Like
or whatever. Yeah,
penises or something.
Yeah.
Or like whatever the weird...
You got to
things
go
are.
there. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, as you know, in the 80s, the sales of carrots just dropped through the ground
Mm-hmm.
after Tipper Gore, started pointing out that some of them looked like penises.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I was
Yeah,
living
she
in
had a
this
she had a
country
big thing.
at the time. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they just
Leading to the moral decay of America.
take a regular carrot, slice it up,
Yeah,
and shape it,
spin it,
and they're like, "Hey, it's a baby carrot."
baby carrot. They're all exactly the same shape.
Yeah, because they're factory
Yeah.
made.
And there's
Just like French fries at McDonald's are factory made. Like they're just mashed potatoes that are shaped, so they're not
not
naturally.
entirely.
That's what I heard. This is what I've
Well,
heard.
yeah. I mean, it's not true, but you did
You don't-
hear it.
You don't think it's true? There's a third vegetable that's small that I want to talk about. Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
They are, when you look at them, they look like just tiny cabbages to me.
Yeah. They look like tiny cabbages.
Are they like the veal of cabbages?
Well, I don't think they're forcing them to drink milk or lay in cages they can't walk around in.
But are they young cabbages?
I think they're different things, but they're like in
things.
the cabbage family or
They're in the cabbage family, but they don't come.
they're a plant. I know that.
plant,
They're
uh-huh.
a plant.
I think I've seen them at the farmer's market in stalks.
Well, yeah, that's how they grow. I mean,
They're a big stalking. But cabbages are cabbages like lettuce? Like you just take a big cabbage out of the ground? Like lettuce? Like iceberg lettuce?
yes,
Okay.
but they're not lettuce.
I know they're not
I mean,
lettuce.
they're a different. Yeah,
But they look like
they
lettuce.
grow. Yeah, they grow. Is what we're saying.
Right,
I mean,
right.
they're not
So
like there's not a factory with little Thai girls painting lettuce leaves
Okay.
so that they look nice. Is what we're saying.
now, I'll bet Brussels sprouts were named after the famous city of Copenhagen in Denmark,
so?
right? Is that true?
I'm not sure.
No?
I would have assumed they were named after like Theodore Brussels. Who was the first guy that thought, I wonder if we could eat that.
No, actually, they're actually named after Brussels, the city of
Yeah,
Brussels.
yeah.
But they're growing around here a lot.
They are, yeah, they're one of California's crops.
We are like in the epicenter of Brussels sprout
Well, like
production right here.
30 miles south of here.
There's like,
Like we here, this is Silicon Valley. We do not, there's no, I think the number of Brussels sprouts grown in Silicon Valley,
yeah.
very low.
Well, okay, so there's 3 counties that grow them in California. And there's San Mateo,
Yeah.
which that's Silicon Valley, isn't it?
It's the other side of San Mateo, though.
What's the other side of San Mateo?
Like Half Moon Bay.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Santa Cruz,
Yeah.
there's Silicon Valley.
Other side of the mountain.
Yeah, yeah.
Wetter, a lot wetter.
Yeah. And Monterey, which is
Yeah, again.
more near Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
So that's why the farmers markets here are filled with Brussels
Where's Brussels? That
sprouts.
and, yeah.
Now, it's not Brussels sprout. It's Brussels sprout. So don't say it wrong. Or your vegetable people.
Or do say it wrong.
Friends
I
will
mean,
make fun of
really,
you.
people aren't going to call you on that one very often.
All right. Well, next topic. What do we have? Let's see the topic board.
I'm going to go Canadian wildlife for 200.
Perfect. Let's see what we have up for this one. The grizzly bear.
That was less exciting than I'd have expected. Oh, it's the logo.
It's the grizzly bear video.
Yeah.
The North American grizzly is a type of the brown bear found also in northern Asia and Europe. Its range is in the west, from Mexico to Alaska and into the Canadian Barren Grounds. The long fur varies in color from nearly white to almost black. A distinguishing hump of neck muscle rises from its shoulders. In January or February, the mother gives birth to very tiny young, weighing about 14 ounces each. However, their weight increases to about 20 pounds before leaving the den. Grizzlies live mainly on vegetation and fish, but they also prey upon ground squirrels, elk, caribou, and other mammals. For more information about the grizzly bear, contact the Canadian Wildlife Service, Ottawa.
And we're back. So that was the grizzly bear.
Yeah, it was.
And you know, I went to Alaska a couple of years and harassed grizzly bears a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I have a picture I took of some grizzly bears I was harassing. Let's see that now. See? That's a mommy grizzly bear who was trying to dive for like salmon. And that's
salmon.
salmon. And that's
In America, we call them salmon.
that's her child. I don't know if it's a girl or boy, I can't tell. And he's like, "Come on, Mom, I want some salmon.
Salmon.
I'm hungry."
Salmon,
Why are you saying salmon instead of salmon?
because that's how you pronounce it here.
Oh, where I come from, we say it differently.
I know.
There's an L in
That's
it.
why you left there.
There's an L in it. That's not why I left, but all right. So we have tweets.
Good Lord.
Good Lord, we have tweets.
Do you people not have lives?
So Loretta Beavers tweeted in.
Uh-oh. we're in trouble, is what I'm saying.
Did Keith take that eclipse picture or someone else?
I think someone else might have.
Oh, who do you think took that
I don't
picture?
remember.
I heard a scream from the control room
I mean, it might have been her.
saying Loretta Beavers took that picture. Okay. Another tweet from Loretta Beavers.
Yeah.
Corn is a grain, not a vegetable.
See?
Really?
That's what I told you.
How would you define a grain versus a vegetable?
Well, they're grains. I mean, that's how you define them.
You're defining something based on itself.
Well, it's like a whole classification. Like wheat is a grain,
Okay, sure.
and corn is
also a grain?
closer to wheat than to carrots.
Oh,
Like
okay.
corn is just another grass where the kernels have been, we have manipulated them and encouraged them to grow large ears of corn.
Do you have to redo the show again and redo the topic from vegetables to grains?
I'm not in charge.
Okay. We're going to leave things as they are right now.
Kids, don't write your term papers based on what you've seen here tonight.
Okay. So those are our tweets.
Uh-oh.
That's it. So
It's going to be an uncomfortable ride home tonight, is what I'm saying. For me. How about you?
my ride will be as normal.
I'm going to work to make your ride home uncomfortable.
Great. Let's pick another topic then. What topic do you want to pick now?
Oh, I really want to go with creepy or hilarious. I'm going to go with the weather.
Weather for 200. What's your topic there? And the answer is hurricanes. So we've
I think
just
that
had, the piano player.
that was not his best, that
know-
last one.
Well, I
It
think
tailed off a little too soon, and the speed was a little wrong.
he's running out because the hurricane's coming.
Well, could be.
He's taking shelter.
Not here.
Well, here we are in the desert. We got smart. We're in Sedona.
We're not in the desert. Oh,
yeah,
well.
I don't know if is that officially a desert that we're in? Like, it looks dry and red, but it has like green
Yeah,
shrubberies.
It's more arid than.
So hurricanes. We've had 2 severe hurricanes, like one after another, just recently here
Well, by
in
we,
the US.
yeah, it's continental U.S. has.
Yeah, yeah. We the Americans.
I mean, I think, yeah.
So we had Hurricane Harvey
Hurricane Harvey.
hit Houston in Texas,
Yeah.
and then like
And
what
then
was it?
Louisiana.
Oh, in Louisiana too.
Yeah, it kept going.
Kept going.
Texas was much worse.
So that was so it could be going backwards. Don't
no,
hurricanes always go from east to west? They start off in the Atlantic
And they
And they
usually
go this
curve.
way.
They usually,
and they go up. Because
I mean, they're working their way west.
right, going west,
And then
west, they curve
as
up.
they go more north, they often tend to curve to where they're going more direct northerly, and then they curve and go easterly.
Oh, okay.
Because prevailing winds are always blowing from west to the east.
So we had that in Houston, and then Irma just
Irma,
now.
yeah, like
is it
last
finished
weekend.
yet, or is it puttered out?
I think it's mostly dissipated.
Okay, that was hit Florida. So like, what is a hurricane? Is this like a
Tropical cyclone.
bunch of wind, or is it?
It's a
rain?
it's a spinning low pressure zone that forms a bit north or south of the equator. And because of the fact that the Earth spins and the atmosphere isn't connected to the spinning planet,
Uh-huh.
it compared to the ground, the wind deflects a little, and that causes things to start to spin. And once you have a low pressure zone and the air starts spinning, if the air is colder than the ocean,
Right.
which often happens in late summer and fall, then wind comes across the ocean, warms up, and it starts to rise. And so then you get these vertical spinning cyclones where they are carrying warm, moisture full air
Right.
up. And the higher up the air gets, the more of the moisture becomes clouds and starts to fall as rain. And it starts to spin. And so you have this low pressure zone with very low pressure in the center because your wind is coming in and rising as the temperature goes up. So there's less air in the center, and the air around it starts to spin,
Right.
and it starts spinning faster and faster. And the closer you are to the thing in the center is called the eye. It's this place where all the wind is going up. So the air in the center, since the air is going up this way, air in the center actually falls. So you get this weird center where there are no clouds, because all the air that's up high is dropping and doesn't have any water in it. And then it's surrounded by clouds and very high winds because the thing itself is spinning and the wind is blowing in and going up.
Wow.
And the closer you get to that eye center, the higher your wind speeds are.
So
And
this essentially
depending on how strong it is, primarily how big the temperature difference between the air and the water, you can get very, very dangerous winds
So is
at the center.
is the stronger hurricanes from a bigger difference in temperature between air and water?
Yes, you're going to have more rain falling the warmer the water is.
Okay.
The wind temperature is going to depend on the delta between the air temperature and the temperature that the wind moving over the water picks up. So if you had really hot air, you would have less strong winds, but you would still have a lot of rain. And if the temperature between the air that's coming up and the temperature coming off the ocean is pretty big, then your winds get stronger. And when you have both of them, you have a very strong storm with very heavy rain and very high winds.
Is this essentially like a tornado on the water? Or is it like completely different?
Well, it forms differently to tornadoes, because
Yeah.
tornadoes form from the top down,
Okay.
and hurricanes form from the sides in.
Okay. Now, when it hits landfall, so it gains strength when it's on the ocean,
Generally,
and then
they
it hits
gain
landfall.
strength when they're over warm water. And then they lose strength as they move over land.
So when it hits shore, it's raining. You get a lot of moisture. But I heard
We had a lot of rain even before it hit shore. Because the rain is in the bands around the hurricane center. And the closer the center gets to shore, the stronger the winds get. When the center actually hits shore, there's almost no rain because there are no clouds over the center.
But I heard that when you're near the shore, you're getting moisture because the wind is picking up ocean water and just lifting the water itself into the air. So then you get, it's not really rain because it's not fresh water that's falling down. It's not, condensed,
Well, I think the vast majority of it is rain from water that's evaporated and then got driven upwards and cooled into clouds and then precipitated on something and fall. And real near the ground, you can have the surge is generally ocean water that's being blown by the wind. And essentially it's blowing water uphill because the wind is strong enough that you're always just pushing the top, couple fractions of an inch of the water it's going over. You're pushing it this way and you just keep going and you will build, and you can have a 6-foot storm surge or a 10-foot storm surge if you have a lot of wind pushing over a lot of distance towards land.
So like when Harvey hit Houston, there's a lot of flooding in Houston.
Yes, and almost all of that was from rain falling.
Now, is any of
Not
that
from
because
a storm surge? There was a bit of a storm surge.
Is any of that because is any part of Houston below sea level? Like
I don't think.
Like New Orleans.
As far as I know, Houston is all above sea level.
Okay.
But an awful lot of rain fell on Houston. I mean,
when Katrina hit New Orleans.
Katrina hit New Orleans.
It was
parts of New Orleans are below sea level, and
Yeah.
they have pumps that run
And this broke the
pretty
levees,
often
dams.
to pump any rainwater out. And the storm was strong enough that it knocked the electrical system out, and then the pumps couldn't pump the water out, and it kept falling, and then the water was over the level of the pumps. Now the pumps aren't going to work at all.
Okay. So Houston's a different issue. They just had a lot of rain.
Houston had a lot of rain. I mean, Houston had a lot of rain. I mean, and they, all of the channels, Houston is accustomed to getting a lot of rain. So they have designed the city to have paths that can take water out to the ocean. But Harvey was more rain than they could handle with the system they had. So significant parts of Houston had flooding.
Now, we don't get any hurricanes on this side of the U.S.
No hurricanes on the west coast.
Is that because you need cool air on warm water?
No, it's because on this coast we call them typhoons.
Oh, typhoons. We don't get typhoons in California either, do we?
Occasionally you can get a typhoon that hits Southern California. Because you can get a typhoon that comes up. There have been some that have hit Mexico. They're rarer. And sometimes you can have typhoons that have hit Washington State. I mean,
Oh,
it
really?
does happen.
Oh, that's pretty rare. Like I don't remember. In my
But it's
lifetime.
not. It's a lot less common.
Yeah. Okay. But those typhoons
Now
would
you
hit
go to the other side of the Pacific Ocean.
Right,
And,
like
Japan gets hit with
Far
typhoons.
East. They get a fair amount of typhoons.
The Philippines gets hit with typhoons. Hawaii, when they were filming Jurassic Park, had a Category 5 typhoon go through.
All right. Well, I'm being told that we're out of time.
Not being told, you were nearly killed.
We're killed. So, thanks for coming on the
Whoever bought
show.
that gun did not try it out beforehand.
I'm hit. So let's see how many points you got. You got 200 for the Eclipse.
Yeah, I got 600 points.
I'm not going to give you any points for Canadian Wildlife. I don't think you.
What?
There was just a video played and you didn't do anything. 200 for vegetables and weather. Yeah, 600 points.
What did I say? I said 600.
Good job. Our next
What do I win?
episode
What do I win?
is October 12th. Stay tuned for next is Deep Connect on KMVT. And after that, it's a show called What the Bleep. That's Jim's show. All right. Good times.